Hey fam, what's going on? This is Zoe. Are you ready for another week? Oh yes, we're going to take it to another level this week and I'm so excited about it. Something good is going to happen to you and I believe that with all my heart. Yeah, we're in this together. Just want to share with you briefly to get your week started off right. I was studying two guys in particular. It was Saul and Samson. And the thing that linked both of these guys together was the fact that both of them were blinded. And one thing that I found out as I was studying them is that in their blindness, they gained vision. And that's what I want to talk with you briefly about today. There is a big difference between sight and vision. And we're going to go over that right now. Sight is more fickle, it's volatile, it's inconsistent, it's all over the place. What do I mean by that? Well, sight is more like a thermometer. It reflects the circumstances that are going on right now. So it goes up and down, and it's just unstable. That's what sight is. And sight isn't necessarily bad, but sight is a bad guide. You don't want to judge everything just off of sight. And with vision, vision is more stable. Vision is more like a thermostat. It controls the environment. So when something goes on and happens in your life and it might rock you for a moment, but then you're able to control your emotions and say, wait a minute, listen, I'm not going to be controlled by my emotions. I'm not going to make knee-jerk decisions. I'm going to weigh this thing out. And so that's more of what vision is, because vision actually causes you to discipline yourself and be able to think with clarity and be able to move more fluidly. And so that's very important as we're going throughout the week to understand the difference between sight and vision. And I'm thinking right now about Steve Jobs, the late Steve Jobs. You know, he had some situations go on, and for those of you who don't know him, you need to Google him. I don't have time to tell you about that. Anyway, but Steve Jobs, he was literally fired from Apple and just to later return and become the CEO of Apple. And he said that that was the best thing that ever happened to him, was to be fired, because it caused him to be more creative and to go to another level. And that, my friend, is vision. Vision is intestinal fortitude. Vision is just sticking with it regardless of what you see. And you know, the Bible says we walk by faith and not by sight. So I just want to share with you a few scriptures to help you along this week, because, hey, things come up and we have to make a decision. And we have to know ahead of time why we're doing what we're doing. And so I want to share with you Proverbs chapter 29, verse 18. It says, where there is no vision, the people cast off restraint. Where there's no vision of prophecy, the people they cast off restraint or discipline. And so what that's saying is that, hey, when you don't have a vision, where you don't have direction, where you don't know where you're going, you don't discipline yourself. You're just all over the place. But hey, if for an example, if I want to lose weight, I have to discipline myself to put the right things in my body. I have to discipline myself to exercise. I have to discipline myself to do certain things. And that's very important to get to that next level. The second thing I want to talk to you about along those lines is number 2 in Hosea chapter 2 verse 2. It says, write the vision, make it plain so that people can run with it, so you can run with it, because things are going to come up that you don't really plan for, but you still have to know what your purpose is. You still have to know where you're going, and that will literally allow you to make decisions that will help you to get to where you have to go, even though different opposition comes your way. So you get what I'm saying? So that's very important to understand that. Write the vision and understand that with no vision, people cast off restraint. There's no discipline to carry out where you need to be. And the third thing here is be very selective in who you tell your vision to, especially in the embryonic stages. And in the Bible, in where is that? 1 Corinthians, I believe, 1 Corinthians 2:14, it says, the natural person doesn't accept the things of the Spirit of God, for they are foolishness, and he is not able to understand them because they are spiritually discerned. So it's very important to understand that, hey, let me not just tell just anybody or trust just anybody with my vision, because I have to make sure I hold it close to my heart and protect it. And that's very important to do as well. So number one, always remember, like we said, Proverbs chapter 29, verse 18, where there is no vision, the people cast off restraint and discipline. Let's not let that be said about us. Number two, write the vision. Make sure you write it down, because you're going to need to refer to it when trials and opposition comes your way. You're going to have to remind yourself, why am I doing this? That's very important to keep your direction and keep the pace going. And number three, be very selective in who you tell your vision to. You have to protect that baby that you're carrying. That's very important. Well, I trust that your week is going to be a great one. Like I said, hey, let's take it to another level this week. Let's do it. I'm excited about it. Let's go out there and win.